So how's it going, my nofap and semen retention brothers? Hope everybody's still retaining, doing well on their journey, being productive every day, trying to become the best version of themselves, man. So today's video, we're going to talk about semen retention and how it's a test of character, how it actually builds up your character. Now, as men who are more disciplined, because we chose to go the route of semen retention, we chose this journey because we know we wanted to fix something in ourselves. We wanted to improve in a certain area that we knew that we were not doing really well in. So as these kind of gentlemen, we're gonna get a lot more tests thrown our way by God. Okay, things like our faith are going to be tested, things like patience, things like, let's say if you have bad temper, things like situations where you might end up fighting, situations where you have a lot of hatred towards somebody, or let's say you wanted to say something bad to that person. A lot of these situations are going to come your way, and you're probably going to wonder why it's happening. It's because since you chose semen retention as a form of discipline, now God knows that He can give you other situations in your life and you can be disciplined in those areas as well. So remember, guys, do not feel discouraged if you get so many different kind of situation scenarios thrown at you and you're like, I don't understand why all these bad things are happening and I'm really trying to keep everything in. But that's the thing, it's a test of character. God wants to see if you can actually handle that, because you can handle the discipline of being on semen retention and staying away from stupid videos, then you can handle discipline in other areas of your life as well. Now, another thing that I've learned about semen retention, and when it comes to a test of character, is you actually are able to be happy on your own with just yourself. You don't necessarily need validation like majority of the society does, which is why social media platforms always boom, and like different types of things like these, they're always on the up and up because people need validation. As men on semen retention and nofap, we do not really need that anymore. At one point, we don't need it at all. Obviously, when you're starting, you might need it a little bit because this is just how the human brain works. As time keeps going, as you keep enjoying your own company, and as you keep becoming productive and you know what to do with your life, you know what to do every single day, how to make every single day productive, then you're not going to rely on people for validation anymore. If anything, you're just going to be your best own judge. And that's the best thing ever, because you really are your best friend and you can be your worst enemy at the same time. So make sure you really change your mind when it comes to how you perceive yourself, okay? Because it really doesn't depend on others how they perceive you. It depends on how you see yourself. How you see yourself whenever you see yourself in the mirror, or how you perceive yourself whenever you get some work done, or if you're just having some leisure time. It really depends all on you. Now, something else that will happen, and this is why I feel like the test of character thing really comes into play and all these scenarios get thrown at you, is just that you become less emotional. As you become less emotional, you become more stoic towards situations where once they happen, and then you let it go and you just keep moving on. Once you have this kind of mindset, then you're going to be able to really just be extremely disciplined and not really give a crap about what other people think about you. And then on top of that, other people are not even going to be able to really, get under your skin. Because let's say you're having an argument with somebody and they end up saying something that they actually want a reaction back from you. Let's say they insult you. 100% of the time, a person who insults you wants a reaction back exactly like that towards them, because more than likely they have a bunch of others in their pocket at that time. So what you do as a person who's a lot more disciplined, who's a lot just more mature, man, you're just a lot more mature in compared to the majority of the society. You don't really say stuff like that, okay? You don't say stuff like that right back to them. Okay, we're not freaking 5-year-old kids that we want to freaking win every little argument about anything stupid. Okay, that's not us. What we care is about ourselves. All right, we know that if we lash out, we're showing that we're actually very weak. Now, if we just remain stoic, or let's say we don't say anything at all, that person is not going to have a choice besides to shut up. Because let's say if they just keep continuing, one, they're going to look crazy, and two, they're going to feel extremely stupid right then and there, because they're like, it's literally like I'm talking to a brick wall, because I keep saying things back, but they're not responding to me. So, they just look extremely stupid, and let them stay with that stupid mentality, okay? Because their energy is completely different from your energy, okay? Your energy and your vibrations are like literally like the sky and ground compared to them. Obviously, another thing I've learned is learning to say no, because learning to say no is one of the hardest things I personally had to do in my life, because I was raised in such a way where you literally please every single person that you meet, and you say yes to every single thing that they want you to do. That's how I was raised. I mean, that's a good thing, but at the same time, you get taken advantage of tremendously. I've learned this over the years, which is why I've learned to become more assertive and actually learned to say no. Another thing that happens is you really never want to give up on anything that you really, really want in life. Whatever it may be. It could be you wanting to complete a certain task in a day, such as finishing a book, or finishing at least a chapter in a book, or finishing 5 chapters in a book, or actually getting in a leg workout. Let's say you're that kind of guy who skips leg day, and you're like, you know what, I have to start working on my legs. You actually really go after what you want when you're on this journey, and that's amazing, because once you keep going on that ladder, you're just really on that path to just become unstoppable, because nothing, no obstacle that's going to come your way that life is just going to throw at you, you're not going to freaking fall down. Even if you do fall down, you get right back up. You get back up so quickly that even life is like, dang, I can't keep this guy down. Like, I keep throwing these different scenarios towards this person, but he's just on a mission, man. He just wants to become the best version of himself. You know what? Screw up. I can't bother with this guy. That's how life works. Another thing that I've learned, that how it's a test of character, is that I used to try to control everything that I possibly could around me, even people. I know, as stupid as that sounds, right? It sounds extremely stupid, trying to control other people. How in the heck are you supposed to try to control another person? So I literally tried to control every single little thing in my life, and obviously it led to me feeling anxious, depression. I started having insomnia. It was horrible, terrible time. But obviously, as I became more disciplined on this journey, I realized the most important thing to really deal with is myself. If I don't put myself first, I can't really help others like that. You guys have to realize this. It's a good thing to help others, but if you're not happy yourselves, if you're not happy with who you are, you're not going to be able to help another person to your full potential. Okay? You guys really have to get this in your heads. So remember, these trials, these tribulations, these things will come. These things will come in abundance of anything, man. But the thing is that you're going to be able to handle these. Okay? God is going to be able to push you through these, because He knows that you have a lot of discipline in your heart and your mind, and you really want to become the best version of yourself. You really want to achieve something big. He knows this. What you have to do is get your character straight. All right? And with discipline, a lot of different things are going to change in your character. Another thing that started happening with me is, which goes for everything that I just spoke about, I was just able to drop bad habits a lot more easily than, let's say, when I was not on semen retention or nofap. Like, all these bad habits, they actually started coming to my mind, and I started realizing that, okay, this is not actually a good thing. This is actually a very bad thing. I'm really hurting my own mental self or my physical self. Because, once you start hurting yourself mentally, obviously it's going to affect you physically. Because, like I said, I had insomnia too because of this. So the only thing you guys should focus on is what you can change. Things you can change are only things about yourself. That's it. Okay, that's the only thing you can change. Okay, realize this. You can't change people around you. You can't change the circumstances. You can change the way you perceive it. You can change the way how you act around people. You can change your own self. The best way I found to change myself is by developing a great work ethic. Once I started doing this and I started just getting on my grind, just working on things that I know will help me in the future, and these things will help me keep me sane and keep me away from toxic people in the present, then since then I just started straying away from all the toxicity, and it's really been helping me out, definitely mentally, because that I really needed it, and physically as well, because they both go kind of hand in hand. And last thing I've realized that I was doing and how my character has changed on semen retention is that I stopped comparing myself to every other person. Like, I used to do this religiously, if anything. I'm not even ashamed to say it, because listen, nobody in this world is perfect. Definitely nobody starts perfect. Okay, don't even give me that bull crap. Okay, but that was me. I used to compare myself to every single person. Even when it comes to YouTubers, I used to compare myself to them. I used to compare my subscriber count, how many views I get, stuff like this, how my thumbnails look compared to them. Listen, guys, you really want to get far in life, you really have to stop focusing on comparing yourself to others. If you really want to compare yourself to somebody, compare to who you are from yesterday. That's it. Do not compare yourself to anybody else. Because I promise you, you will find that you are making yourself feel even worse. This is exactly what ends up happening. Remember this, that you are your own person. That exact childhood that you had, nobody else in the world is going to have. The exact adolescence, the exact freaking teenage years, adult years that you are having, that you have had, nobody in the world is going to have the same exact freaking journey. Okay? Which is why I also say people on semen retention nofap, nobody's going to have the same exact journey. Okay? Because you are your own person. Realize this. Okay? Stop comparing yourself to others, because once you start doing that, you're just going to keep thinking of flaws in yourself and keep thinking about good things in the other person. This is how the brain works. Okay? It sucks, but that's how the brain works. So do me a favor. Stop comparing yourself to other people. If you really want to, compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. Try to become better than that, or try to at least match it. If you match it, let's say if you are extremely productive like a day before and you actually match it, be freaking proud of yourself, okay? People can't keep up that kind of consistency. Very few people can actually do that. And you know what? You're one of them. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys learned something in this video. You learned how your character will change when you're on semen retention or nofap. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button down below. If you guys have not already, please subscribe to my channel. I would highly appreciate it, guys. And if you guys want, you guys can check out articles I have for you guys on Patreon. You guys can support me there. You guys can check out my Snapchat. You guys have any questions, comments, suggestions about anything, leave them in the comment section below, or make sure you guys email me. And as usual, it's Baron Heroes, guys.